Your children are poor, unfortunate victims of lies you believe. A plague upon your ignorance that keeps the young from the truth they deserve.
The next song is Absolutely Free, and it talks about the subject of discorporation. I'm assuming that this song is suggesting that you become free and learn how to let go of your straight thinking. And in the early days of the Zappa, scene, they would have these freakouts. In fact, they were one of the first people to coin the word freaks. And in the early days, they thought that you could let your raw emotions transform you and you could freak out and you didn't need drugs to do it. The Mothers had the GTOs come in and perform with them. And then there was this guy, Vito Polikis, I think that's how you say it. And his people would come in, they'd flop around and dance. And a lot of hippies got their start because of that, but they didn't really get the whole idea of just completely letting go. But, I think that's what they're talking about in that song. The focus shifts back to hippies once again with Flower Punk and a riff on Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. I was particularly amused at the end where you hear two different band members in each ear and they're fantasizing about what it's like to be a rock star.
I don't do publicity balling for you anymore.
The first word in this song is discorporate. It means to leave your body.
Discorporate and come with me, shifting, drifting.
Hey, Paul, where you going with that flower in your hand? Well, I'm going up to Frisco to join a psychedelic band. How lucky I am to be in the rock and roll industry.
We'll all be rich and famous. When my royalty check comes,
When I first got into the rock and roll business,
a Mustang.
I barely even made the changes to this song on my guitar, but now I'm very proficient at it. I can play the guitar, I can strum it rhythmically, and it's right.
I will impress her. I
I
will
will
say,
say, hello,
"Hello,
darling.
baby. What's a girl like you doing in a place like this? I'm from a rock and roll band. I think we should." Is the song over?
The Musique Concrète is back with Hot Poop and Nasal Retentive Calliope music. Now, when this part comes up, I usually get to about the part where they drop in Eric Clapton talking about God, and then I would fast forward past this to the next song. That next song is Let's Make the Water Turn Black, and it's one of the standout tracks on this album. It's a song about the real life situations that Zappa ran into during his childhood, and it was involving friends that he had that did a lot of gross things while their parents were at work. He goes back on the attack again and brings his friends Kenny and Ronnie in with The Idiot Bastard's Son.
Whizzing and pasting and putting through the day. Ronnie helping Kenny helping burn his boots away. And all the while on a shelf in the shed, Kenny's little creatures on display.
Right.
Zappa drops some tape manipulation right into the middle of the song, and then he starts to talk about misconceptions about the music business and segues into Lonely Little Girl. That song ends up with a reference to what's the ugliest part of your body.
Thomas is fine, and I drank a quart of beer, but I chugged a fifth of white for it once and passed out for a day.
Imagine the window all covered in green.
The emphasis on self-acceptance continues with Take Your Clothes Off When You Dance. and then segues right back in again to a reprise of What's the Ugliest Part of Your Body. And finally, at the end of that, it starts to twist itself and becomes this weird atonal tape manipulation, slowed down, sped up, chopped up musique concrète again. And it goes into this.
You're a lonely little girl, but your mommy and your daddy don't care. Lonely, lonely, lonely little girl. All your children are There will come a time when everybody who is lonely will be free to sing and dance and love. There will come a time when every evil that we know will be an evil that we can rise above. There will come a time when you won't even be ashamed if you are fat. Wah, 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 wah. Some say your toes, but I think it's your mind. I think it's your mind. I think it's your mind. I think it's your mind.
A really cool segue, and we are into what can be considered the last actual musical song of the album, and that is Mother People.
Do it again, do it again.
We are the other people, we are the other people, we are the other people, you're the other people too. Find a way to get to you. Do you think that I love you? Stupid and blind. Do you think that I dream through the night of holding you near me?
The final track on the album is The Chrome-Plated Megaphone of Destiny. Although I can appreciate that piece now, I don't ever listen to it, and I always fast-forwarded to the other side of the tape because that was the end of the tape, and I never listened to it, so I just don't really care for it. Now I want you to keep in mind that all of these tapes in this shoebox were hand labeled and had the titles meticulously labeled and everything, but there are no pictures, there are no listings of what musicians were on what album, on what what orchestra, nothing. And I sure didn't know about the cover of this album, and this is a very important cover because it is a parody of Sgt. Pepper's. And the record company made them actually switch the covers inside out, with the Sgt. Pepper's parody being on the inside and the shot of the mothers being on the outside. There's a ton of different reviews of this album, and they go into great detail, but I'll just say that, it's a really important thing to know about this album. So yeah, that is my review of We're Only In It For The Money. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet for the next episode of the Zappa File, but I'll be doing it very soon. I'm Rockula, and this is Rockula Retrospective.